Okay. What's up, Bobby? How you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good. Happy Friday. Best day of the week.
I know, right? How you been?
I've been good. I've been good. My Yankees are on a 4-game losing streak, so that's not fun. It's just been brutal out here, but can't complain. What about you?
Oh, I'm doing great. We just got back from Texas, so I'm not outdoors with the birds chirping anymore. Back in the office, but yeah, doing great. Just getting back to working and doing all that fun stuff.
Love it. Love the grind. It's fantastic.
Yep.
I'm excited. We have Dr. Meadows on today, so I'm excited to talk to him in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pumped too. I was hanging out with all the bananas last week, so it'll be good to kind of get that refresher. It's so rejuvenating being around those guys because they just have such a great time and they're just like really cool to be around. So it'll be cool to talk to Dr.
100%. I'm so excited. Couple viral things in the baseball world this week. This story, I did make a video on it earlier when it first broke, but Jim Schlossnagle was the head coach for Texas A&M. The day after they lost to Texas, he took the job with the day after they lost to Tennessee, he took the job with Texas, the rival school. But I think what the craziest part about this entire story was when the reporter asked him, he was like, "How dare you ask me that question? That is so selfish. Like, I'm just focused on my team right now." And then within 24 hours, you take a job with the rival school. What did you make of this entire thing? Especially because, like, the college baseball guys, like, how do you think the athletes fell?
Yeah, so that's such a loaded question. I feel like no matter how I've word this, I'm gonna take flack from one side or the other. But
100%.
coach taking care of his career, taking care of his family. Every coach has a mouth to feed, and players forget about that. But it is wild on the timing of it. So there's so much loyalty hate going on in the comments and in the threads and stuff. It's hard to know which side to choose, but like couldn't have waited like 48 extra hours or something.
100%. And I think, like, from my perspective, I didn't bash him for taking the job. I'm like, that's literally the nature of the beast. This happens all the time, happens in college football. Just the way you respond to the reporter, like, how dare you be so selfish and ask me just a very normal question if I would consider taking another job, and him saying, like, yeah, you can print that is ridiculous, and I have my loyalty to this school, and then just take the next job. And this has been in the works since April 29th when they played Georgia. So it's been a long time coming, and then ultimately he takes this job.
Yep. Yeah, it's wild. And that's something I always tell my athletes too. Like don't get married to the coach because the coaches fluctuate over the years. Like you wanna choose the things that don't change, like the geographical location of the school and like what the surrounding area is all about. Like when you're thinking about your recruiting process, because it happens all the time. Like this one caught a lot of news, but literally like I think Pepperdine just got a new coach.
Yep.
Like there's so many others like big time schools out there switching coaches all the time. But yeah, it's crazy. That was such a wild timing of that decision.
Yeah, wild 24 hours. On a bit happier note, this is my favorite player in college baseball at the moment. Jurrangelo Cijntje is the most intriguing draft prospect this year. He is an ambidextrous pitcher from Mississippi State, throws 90 plus miles per hour with both hands. I am just so fascinated by this story, and especially as a pitcher. Do you- like, is he just like a unicorn? Do you think we're going to see more of these types of players coming up?
So first of all, like congratulations on like attempting his name and how to say that because I had no idea how to
Oh,
say that.
yeah, I made a
Um,
video about him earlier, so I was like, I literally listened to the pronunciation like 14 times.
Yeah, no, I that one just ran across my desk, so I haven't had an opportunity to say it. So, my man, great job! Congratulations on such an amazing accomplishment. That's insane that you can even get over 90 miles an hour, let alone 99 and 95. That's crazy wild. But I actually am in the process of creating some content revolving around not switch hitters, but guys who bat lefty and throw righty, or vice versa, and talking about the difficulties they have in being a rotational athlete, but using your accelerators and your decelerators in opposition to one another like that. Like it's insane that those guys can do that, let alone being able to do it on both sides. That's crazy.
100%. And I feel like just a prime example. I remember this week we left out for the Yankees 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup because they were like, all right, lefty lefty matchup. We don't want to do that, even though they had the hotter bat. This guy coming in, though, that he could just switch for any batter he chooses. Like the rules Major League Baseball, I think it's before the batter comes up, he has to declare what side he's going to throw from. That way, we're not doing like a back and forth little game, like, oh, I'm going to go righty, I'm going to go lefty, because especially with like a switch hitter. But I feel like that's such a great advantage because now it messes up the entire team's lineup in terms of who's going to hit and who's not going to hit.
Yeah, you literally become your own setup man and your own closer. It's wild and it's so cool, and it makes you think like, oh man, are the rules going to change on like days rest and pitch count limits and all that? Like it's a whole new beast. Now it is the same vehicle, so bodies are going to break down the same way, but being able to throw with both arms and be able to do it as efficiently as him, like I'm gonna make a video later this week on like breaking down like how efficiently he moves from both sides of the plate. It's pretty wild how many boxes he checks off from both sides of the plate.
100%. And did you see like the glove that they make? It's actually, he could just like switch it back and forth in
Yeah,
the
is it
middle of the game.
the
Like he doesn't
six
have to
finger
take off.
glove, right?
Yes, it's a 6 finger glove. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I had one little like a youth athlete a couple years ago who was trying to be ambidextrous and he had that same glove, but was not throwing anywhere near the caliber that this guy throws at.
100%. 100%. He's so cool. Um, Speaking of another athlete in baseball who I think if Tristan Casas had a podcast, it would feed families, especially if he paired that with Colton Cowser, the two of them, that would just be the ultimate duo in Major League Baseball. But there was a thread that came out of his conversation with a reporter. And essentially, the reporter was asking him if Tristan has started to swing again because he was on the 60-day IL. He hurt his rib. And Tristan responds and says, no, yeah, I take 10 swings every single day. The reporter says, oh my gosh, that's so great. Like, how is that going? He goes, well, I'm not actually taking the swings. I'm doing it like all in my mind. But the exchange between the two of them was so funny because they're like, oh, are you fully rotating? Like, are you just sitting there? And he goes, yeah, sometimes I'm just laying there. It just depends on the day. But I take 10 swings a day in my brain. People are coming for Tristan on Twitter saying, like, oh my gosh, this is so silly. This is so funny. I feel like that is probably one of the most beneficial things you could do if you're on the IL and can't physically use your bat.
Yeah, so it's hilarious, like just to even conceptualize that. It's like trying to explain the internet to a caveman, but like it is a very real thing. So unfortunately for me, I had the decision to like become the Thomas Jonathan guy on social media, and I make content about Tommy John surgery and kind of like the lasting effects and some of the causes and ways to prevent it and stuff. So obviously I don't know how to prevent it, but I do my best to like at least provide good practices. But from that, a lot of guys hit me up all the time who are recovering from Tommy John surgery. And I know a wide variety of people who are going through that process. And this is a very real thing. When you're coming back from an injury, you don't want to lose the feel, but you also don't want to like forget how to do certain things. So taking mental hacks, taking mental throws, that's super, super important. And I think it's something that's underappreciated in the public eye for sure.
100%. I feel like people that, aren't athletes and haven't played, they just don't understand the emphasis of visualization. And they even showed a couple of months ago, they showed Tristan just like standing in the batter's box, just watching pitches. Even that, just saying like ball, strike, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's super important. I forget who it was, but the first year that the Red Sox won the World Series in forever, like when they had that stent, one of the interviews post game was talking about I forget which athlete. It bugs the heck out of me, but he was saying basically, yeah, I've essentially practiced being in the World Series in that situation probably over 100 times in my career, and by the time I got to that situation, like it was just second nature and it was super easy to compete in that environment. So yeah, you gotta get your mental reps in just as much as you hit the weight room.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
100%.
Oh, I'm
We
in.
Yo,
What's
what's
up?
good, bro?
Yay!
What's up? What's up? I have something to say about that really quick.
Please.
All right. So I've been injured a lot and have to watch a lot of baseball on the sidelines. And something that I picked up on, my dad told me a story that Derek Jeter would walk around his house with a bat. and just visualize him being at the plate. And that those were like the majority of his reps. He believed that was more important than some of his in-game reps, getting his mind right and everything like that. So like the mental aspect is like, some guys say it's like 80-90% of the game. Some guys think it's a little bit less, but not enough people work on it, right? We work on the physical all the time. Working on the mental is just as important because the mental drives the physical.
Amen. Yo, DR,
What's
what's
up,
up, dude?
What's going on?
How we doing?
Doing good. How about yourself,
Good.
brother?
Yeah, beautiful day at the ballpark.
Yeah,
Where are you
amen.
located right now?
We're in Indianapolis. This place is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Thank you so much for coming on. We're so excited to have you.
I've been waiting for this. I'm excited.
Sorry about last week, brother. That was my bad.
Oh, no worries at all.
Yeah, man. I was just hanging out with some of the banana guys last week, man. You guys are such a blast to be around, man.
Yeah, I saw that y'all were in Texas doing the camps and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw a lot
man.
of Dalton and Rack's content from it. It's cool.
Yeah, man. Dalton's the man. Rack's the man. I actually got to hang out with Tanner a little bit and try and learn some trick shots. And the stuff you guys do, man, on a daily basis is super undervalued, bro. It's so
Oh
tough
yeah,
to
it's so
keep.
much fun though.
Yeah, bro. I was watching your what is, I'm trying to get the verbiage right. So it's the trampoline plus stuff with I believe it was with Rack, where you did the trampoline to the backflip and both you guys hit the backflip at the same time.
Oh yeah, the pop. We
Yeah.
call it the pop catch or something like that.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah, that's freaking crazy, bro. Like just being able to do a backflip on command like that is like a childhood dream of mine, but being able to do it like in the middle of a pressure situation, that's wild.
Yeah, that's you can't think about failing. I mean, everybody's gonna fail, and the more times you fail, the more times you succeed. So with failure comes success. So we've practiced that and practice a handful of times, and we got the opportunity to do it in the game, and worked out perfect.
Awesome. I got a question for you, dude. How, like, I already have a hard time playing baseball as it is, just trying to focus and see the ball. But you have to lock in with a lot of other stuff going in. Like, how do you stay focused on like the ball? Like, how do you stay locked in during the games?
I think it's a part of it's a huge part of mental and focus side.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, I never got mad at striking out or making an error because you get mad at an at bat and the next inning you'll make an error in the field and all that stuff. So it comes from positivity, and my biggest thing is deep breaths. When you take a deep breath before every pitch and every play, and you just refocus in on the ball, that's the biggest part of baseball to me, and also banana ball.
It's awesome.
100%. I think I'm just very fascinated in the logistics behind the backflip. So when you're out there, do you say to yourself like, okay, regardless if I get a fly ball, like I'm going to do the backflip? Because I feel like I would chicken out and I'd be like, no, never mind. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to catch the ball.
Sometimes if I try to do a backflip like per game per city, just because
Yeah.
a lot of fans come to see it, and depending on the ball and the situation in the game, it really depends if I do the backflip or not. So like a ball right at me or it takes me back a little bit, I'll do it. A ball in the gap, I'll do a different trick. So my mind's kind of like it's ready for anything, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's
And then
cool.
in practice, are you focusing, is it like half the practice you're focusing on just like normal baseball fundamentals, kind of like how Ian said, it's already a very difficult sport. And then the second half, you're going to start doing tricks as well?
Yeah, so we have our practices are like real baseball practice, but when we're on defense, we do trick plays instead of regular baseball plays, just to get comfortable doing them, and so when it gets to a game, we're ready for them.
Question about the trick plays. Do you guys like practice or try to like discuss doing like new like innovative type trick plays, or is it pretty much just like the same ones over and over again?
They kind of feed off of each other. Like it's kind of a little competitive thing, but like if you see someone do that, you're like, okay, how can I plus that or do something kind of like that, but something no one's ever seen before. So like we'll be taking fly balls with all the outfielders with different teams and stuff, and we'll see someone do something, and we might give an input of like, oh, you should try this to make it look cooler. And we kind of just feed off each other and brainstorm.
Yeah, that's super cool. Someone asked in the chat, how long did it take you to master the catch flip or the backflip catch?
Okay, so I'll give you a story. Growing up, I've always done like been jumping on the trampoline. I did gymnastics when I was like 4, but I don't even really think that counts. But I've always done like basketball tricks and stuff on the trampoline. And when we got to banana ball, I've never played outfield before. I've always played infield. And so they moved me to outfield, and I was mic'd up one day. And I asked our camera guy, I was like, hey, should I try a backflip on the ground? And he just gives me a head nod because I can't hear him. And I do it, and I was like, oh, crap, I can do a backflip on ground now. I'm 23 years old. So that night, I think, like, I wonder if I could do a backflip catch. And the next day, we come back out. It's called, like, our spring training of that series. And I get a guy to toss me up a ball, and, like, 3 or 4 tries, I got it. Like, ever since then, I just getting reps in, practicing, and it's come second nature to me.
That's super cool, man. So cool. I don't know, bro. Like the not counting gymnastics at 4 years old, like that was right around the time I did gymnastics, and I counted all day long, bro.
Yeah.
That's like my my claim to fame for gymnastics. It's like, oh, back in my day, I used to be a gymnast.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know if I
awesome.
can claim that.
That's funny, man. Dude, what's it like having other guys on the team that can do backflips now? Because you're like the OG.
It's honestly awesome for our game. Like, entertainment wise, it's so cool. And like to see new guys do the backflip catch. We have kids at banana ball camp doing backflip catches now. It's like it feels elder to me, but like it's so cool to watch. It's great for this game. It's great for the show. So it's kind of like a proud dad moment in a way, but like I love it. It's cool.
Yeah. What's the coolest backflip you've ever caught?
A barehanded backflip catch.
Was that the one at
I
Fenway?
No, that was with a glove. But
Okay.
I figured out a way to plus the backflip catch this year.
Mm.
And so I just took off my glove and tried it with my bare hand. And in practice, I did it like twice out of 20 times. And when I got the chance to do it in the game, the first time I nailed it. And I was like, oh my, I shocked myself. It was crazy.
No
It was
fear.
awesome.
No fear, bro. That's
No
awesome.
fear. Send
That's
it.
insane.
Bro, I feel like 90% of banana ball is just sending it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. And
No fear of
and
failure.
bro, and all the fans are just in there just with you in it, man. If you do fail, you don't get any like boos or anything, huh? It's just right on to the next play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
They're like, oh, that's about it. Like,
Yeah.
like the wee bowling's like, oh.
Bro, how crazy loud was it compared to normal games at Fenway?
To be honest with you, it's hard to hear the crowd now. Like as a
Yeah.
player, when we've done this is my second year on tour. Everything just it's also comes with that focus as well. Everything just zones out. So like you're in your own world, you don't really hear the roar. Sometimes you'll hear like huge roar, and it is loud though. Don't get me wrong, it is super loud and it's super awesome. But like that focus as a player on the field, it's like, okay, you don't hear anything. And I think that's the way it's supposed to be as a player, to have that focus and zone out all the noise and all that stuff. Because there's noise going on 100% of the time during our game, whether it's music or promotions or anything. So it is loud, though.
Yeah, that's crazy cool, man. So I had a question for you. I've been asking like a lot of the banana guys because I just feel like it's a common theme. But are a majority of you guys like believers, bro? Like, are you guys all brothers?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We have a big group of bananas that are believers.
That's
Out
cool,
of all
man.
the teams, try to do a Bible study a week, and when we have time, have a group message. So it's awesome to fellowship and all that stuff with the boys.
Yeah, man. I remember like that was one of the hardest parts of playing pro ball for myself was not having a lot of the brothers in the corner. And then anytime we'd like, it was almost like a cult or like a small group where not everyone was like super open about it. But it seems like with you guys are all like super open about it, and you guys all like sharing that fellowship together and stuff. That's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool way to keep us like in perspective. Like we're on this big stage, but we're still, warriors.
I love it, man.
It's awesome.
Someone in the chat just asked, do you have any other tricks cooking up? Anything like new you're thinking of bringing out?
I've brought out the front flip catch. I haven't landed it yet, but I've landed on my butt.
I feel like the front flip would be harder, no?
That's so hard.
It's so much harder. You got to be
Yeah.
going so fast. I've never landed a front flip as it is off a trampoline, so I'm just sending it and hope I land it. I have one I haven't done yet, but I'll try. It's like you pop the ball up from your glove in the air, do a backflip, then catch it. It's kind of tough too.
That's
So,
insane.
Yeah. We're
I'm
very
excited.
reserved.
yeah.
Bro, Ian, when's your backflip coming out, bro?
Dude, I'm just trying to catch the ball. I get nervous when the ball's coming at me still. This dude's freaking flipping in the air and stuff, man. That's insane.
That's awesome. What was it like playing in front of like sold out crowds at MLB stadiums? Like, were you guys just blown away by the success of Banana Ball?
Oh yeah, our first one in Houston. Before the game even started, we do this promo. It's called Banana in the Pants, and Bill Leroy and whoever's on the other team throws bananas from like different parts of the stadium all the way around. And they went to the very tip top highest peak of the stadium. This is like an hour before the game starts. It's already everybody's in their seats and stuff. And he throws that banana. To me, it's probably 500 feet on the field, and the guy catches it in his pants, and that place erupts. You're talking about being loud. That's one of the loudest
Yeah.
times I've heard a stadium, and it's just awesome. We are so blessed to be able to put on a show in these cities and like put smile on people's faces and impact people, and a lot of people impact us. So that's awesome.
That's so cool, man. That literally brought me back to my childhood, bro. My first ever like Spanish phrase that I learned was "Yo tengo un plátano en mis pantalones." So,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. You guys literally personified that. That's awesome.
That's great. Ian, Bobby, do you guys have anything else for DR?
I more wanted to see if DR had anything he wanted to share, man. Do you got anything that you wanted to like let the people know?
No, I'm just happy to be a part of this show. Like, super thankful for y'all for having me, and this is awesome experience.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you so much for coming on. Best of luck with the rest of the season. I have to come out to a Banana Ball game because I have not been yet. But
absolutely.
it's on my list. It's on my list.
We need to get y'all out there. I know Ian's been to one.
Yeah, I've been to a few. Love them.
I haven't been to one yet, man. I'm gonna make it happen though.
Cool deal. Let me know when we're around. You.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think NorCal is would be the closest for me, but that hasn't happened yet, right?
We already passed NorCal.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. See, time just flies, bro. I'm a new parent, so literally, all my days blend together.
So funny.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we'll make it happen though, bro.
Thank you so much for coming on. So much fun.
Thank you for having us. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
That guy's great. Awesome.
What a nice guy.
So nice. They're so
super
polite.
humble too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're fantastic. All right, let's get into some viral clips for the week. Well, Ian, wait. First, catch us up. What's going on? We missed you on the show last week.
What's going on? Baseball's going on. Just going through it right now. Going through it right now on the field. But it's just part of it. Struggle is a part of the game, and you got to embrace it. And if you don't embrace it, you're just going to keep struggling. So that's where I am right now. I was a little sick last week too. There's a little bug going around on the team because we have one interesting living situation. We basically just have a few frat houses with a bunch of baseball players in. So if one guy gets something, we all get it. So I wasn't feeling too good last week, but I'm good now.
Good. Love to hear it. Speaking of someone who's not doing great, Jordan Montgomery destroyed his pitch comm after getting paddled by the Twins. I actually did watch this game the other night, but we could just watch the link together. It was definitely giving like Paul O'Neill destroying the water cooler back during 1998. The fall of Jordan Montgomery is tough and it has to be studied, but at the same time, he missed all of spring training because he wasn't signed to a team yet. So I kind of feel for the guy. He's got like over a 6 ERA now. He was pitching in the World Series last year. Just freaking sucks.
Yeah. I think he's a Scott Boras guy who waited for a big deal as well. One of those guys.
Yep.
South Carolina dude, so I love him. There's a special place for my heart in him. So whatever he does, he gets a little pass with me, but a little aggressive.
I will say though, his mechanics on that comm toss were immaculate. I'm actually gonna do a breakdown. You guys want to see like the clip I'm putting together?
Wait, yeah.
Okay, all right, I got you. Hold on one second. Tell me if you guys can see this.
I could see.
All
oh my
right,
God,
perfect.
the fact you're putting together this clip is so funny.
So he's slightly
Stop.
premature in his hand flip up here, but he's doing pretty good so far in the separation aspect, and he gets a ton of layback in his arm right here, bro. Crazy layback.
Lag.
It's almost like he's more elite with a pitch comm than he is throwing a baseball. So just saying, he gets crazy elite numbers with that pitch comm if we put it on a track man. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun post to put together, man. I'm excited for that one.
Him destroying that pitch comm was good, but that just takes me back to when I saw David Ortiz just tear up the phone with the bat back in the day. Was it a phone or a water cooler? Maybe both.
Oh,
I think
man.
it was a bullpen phone.
Well,
I think there was a couple
phone?
instances, and you guys are both talking about separate times, but I know exactly what both of you are talking about. Yeah, the phone one and then the water cooler one were immaculate. Those are just like crazy moments. I think the best moment of I forget which one it was, but the guy in front of the camera with Ortiz in the background didn't even flinch, bro. And there's just like stuff shattering all behind him. It was crazy, man. Ortiz is just awesome, bro. That guy's a legend.
I kind of like those moments. Like I don't know if it was last, I think it was 2 years ago when Chris Sale was pitching in like a minor league start and just destroyed like the minor league clubhouse. Like they had a video of him and I felt bad because it was in the clubhouse. Like you shouldn't be under the tunnel, like watching Chris Sale destroy a folding table. I kind of feel for the guys. It's tough.
Yeah. I feel like that's part of just being competitive. Like stuff's getting a break. You kind of you almost have to build it into like the budget. Like, hey, stuff's gonna get ruined in here. Don't buy too expensive of stuff because we know we're gonna have to replace it at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. They had like Pete Fairbanks destroyed something the other day during his start, but he's like always very honest about it. He's like, yeah, no, I did. I destroyed the water cooler. I'm sorry. It's my bad.
I love him, man.
He's the best. He's the most honest person in an interview I've ever seen.
Yeah, and crazy transformation in his mechanics too. He's made some huge strides. Fairbanks. I love my pitchers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
What a funky delivery, man.
You got to love the funk, bro. You got to learn how to separate yourself. The 1% of the 1% are elite. You got to figure out how to be at the top.
Absolutely. It's very deceiving.
It's like it's coming out of his armpit or something.
Yeah. I hate those kind of deliveries because you have like a certain rhythm and cadence with most guys that you can pick up on. Guys who move funny like that, you got to like change it and you're doing something you're not used to. A little bit out of your comfort zone.
100%. This clip was really funny because this bat boy that caught the line drive that was coming right at Shohei Ohtani was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And everyone was like, this guy just saved like a $700 million player. And I think he absolutely deserves a raise. 100%.
Oh my gosh. The fact that he's just like super nonchalant about it too. That guy literally, probably housed a 117 mile an hour fastball to the fist and didn't even make a facial expression.
No, like just nothing. I think that's crazy.
I think
Austin Barnes over there just locked in, just still taking his practice swings. just not even caring what's going on.
Bro, you got so many things going on in the background. You got Barnes in the foreground. You got the freaking trainer in the background with like the face that's probably going to be a meme on everyone's
Yeah.
For You page
Yep.
in the next 4 weeks. That guy's face, he looked so scared and so perplexed at the same time.
Wait, that's so true. If we like slowed it down and did a visual on like every single person in the background of that video.
Yeah.
Even Otani's was funny. He's like, bro, you caught that. Thank you so much.
So good.
Might need a John Boy breakdown of that. That'd be good.
Right? I know. They got to get on that.
Man.
I actually didn't see this game live, but Winsel Perez struck out on a clock violation because he didn't engage the pitcher by the 8-second mark, but Spencer Turnbull's back was turned. So let's just watch this. Yeah, so like how is this not engaging? Like there's no way Spencer was going to throw the pitch.
Yeah, that right there. I'm slowing it down right at like the 5-second mark, and I think that's like right when they called him off, and he was staring down at the ground, but both feet were in the plate, or both feet were like in the box, and Turnbull was like looking, but like he was like just finishing tapping the plate. I don't know how that's not engaging. Like he just wasn't staring at him, but still.
Yeah, you gotta have some feel when it comes to those rules. In my opinion, if the pitcher's not even ready, what does the hitter have to be ready for? You know.
So you think the violation should have been on the pitcher there?
Honestly, just play the game. We're all stupid. Just play the game. I'm so tired of this stuff. It's like we keep introducing all this new stuff, and umpires still suck. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's figure out the strike zone first.
Bro, we were battling yesterday or last week about the robot umps, and I was thinking of you and like how you were talking about the top half of the zone,
Yeah.
bro. Like, is it still brutal?
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal because like it's happened several times to where we've gotten balls called on us, right? And like a 2-strike count. And then because it's up, everybody knows it's up. Oh, we know the TrackMan's going to read that as a strike because it goes up. So ball crosses at a short dude's collarbone, catches it, and then they go like this. Next thing you know, the dude's about to walk to first base because he thought he walked, and he's striking out because the ball's overturned. It's happened so many times, man.
Dude, they're introducing it at the AAA level now. That's I think they're implementing it.
Now, do you know if they have TrackMan or Hawkeye? Because we have TrackMan and it doesn't adjust like per hitter for their strike zone. And that's the problem for us.
Yeah, that's I think that's the issue that they were battling with. They were talking about how they haven't figured out the height thing because they have to like implement or they have to like input everyone's height, and it's just super inefficient. It takes forever, and it still doesn't read it truly. So I don't know if it's Hawkeye or TrackMan, but yeah, regardless, bro, like it's still Kate and I were talking about it. It's like not going to be, it's not like completely far-fetched that it's going to be a reality, but it's definitely not ready.
Yeah.
It's
And if
not
they
ready
go
at
based
all.
off height, that's like not good because I'm 5'10" and I put that I'm 6 foot on my freaking profile. You know, my perfect profile. You have to, right? If you
Well, bro, you also got to think like if you have a wide base with your stance, you're sitting like 3 or 4 inches lower than you would be anyway. So your 6 foot is actually like 5'2",
Yeah.
and and you're getting things like right at your neck that are called strikes.
That's brutal.
100%. All right, guys. Well, do you have anything else you want to share with the people before we hop off?
Baseball's hard. It sucks sometimes. Just keep playing baseball. Don't quit.
That was very inspirational.
I'm
Amen,
1 for
bro.
18 right now. You know, I got to stay positive.
Stay positive. We're all rooting for you. You're going to be fine.
Bro, that 1 for 18 doesn't matter when you go 2 for 3 with 2
No,
bombs.
It doesn't. My buddy came up to me. He's like, "Hey, last year I started the season 1 for 36." And I was like, "That's rough. That's rough." And now he's the best hitter on our team right now. He's hitting 400 with a few bombs. So that's how it goes.
Well, that's the same thing with Stephen Vogt. Like Stephen Vogt's debut in the MLB was super rocky, and then they actually traded him to I think he went from the Rays to the to the A's and just absolutely crushed it and ended up in the World Series, bro. And now he's a manager. So like he's like, you never know like when the dog's going to come out. So just keep chipping away, bro. Keep having your approach, man. You haven't seen live hitting or live pitching in forever.
It's been a while. Yeah. I keep grounding out to the same guy too, dude. It's so annoying.
Wait, where are you grounding out to?
Shortstop. Everything is a ground ball to shortstop. No matter how hard I hit, it's the same dude fielding my ground ball and throwing me out. I'm like, oh my God, not this guy again. Let's change it up.
Bro, that just means you're ahead of everything.
Yeah.
Is it the spin, or are you grounding out on fastballs?
I'm grounding out on every curveballs, everything. Curveballs, fastballs, everything. It was a little bit of a direction problem. I just got to stay through it a little bit more and create some backspin, but I think we got it figured out. BP's been feeling really good. I've been getting the ball up in the air with some backspin, so we'll see. I got to start today. So
train the opposites.
Yeah, train the opposites. Absolutely.
Love it, bro. I've been using that so much with my clients, bro. I love that phrase.
Yeah, I'm hitting it low on the ground at the pull side, so I'm just trying to go backside home runs, honestly.
That was a Mike Trout approach for the longest time. He wasn't allowed to pull the ball. His dad like forced him to take everything oppo.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be in Mike Trout's shoes in no time.
Hey, let's go!
Love it, man.
That's all I got.
Oh, I think we lost Kate, but yeah, I think we're good, man. I didn't have anything on the pitching side, man. I'm just pumped to see you go 2 for 4 with 2 knocks in the next outing, bro.
Ready for it. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, it was great seeing you. Great catching up, dude. Well, looking forward to next week, but go kill it between now and then.
Appreciate you. Take care. Later, guys.
Later.